good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone out there in the universe who might see this in the future, in the past, in the present. Thank you for checking out this video. And I just got done watching my first take of this prologue for this channel. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, it was ass cheeks. And I thought to myself, well, why not go ahead and keep it? But I was like, you know what? Nah, we can do better than that. So this is essentially the second take of the prologue for Project A.K.A. Now you're probably wondering, what does that mean? Well, first and foremost, let me give y'all this quick disclaimer. Again, just like my first take, this video is probably going to be long as shit. So I'm going to try my best to try to cover the essentials of what this is going to be about in the next 5 minutes. So bear with me as I'm trying to just make sure that I can be as clear, as precise as possible. So 1, 2, 3, let's go. Project AKA. You're probably wondering, okay, what's that about? Well, if you know what AKA stands for, as in also known as, I had decided that this particular project, can go in a different slew of things. So I decided, well, why not try to make it to where it's like an ace of all trades kind of channel, or excuse me, approach to different, various types of content creation. And not just creating content for you guys to digest, but also for us to have a conversation, because that is the main goal for this channel. Let's strive to create a community that we can have an honest conversation. Because let me make this clear, y'all. If I ever ask a question, I'm not asking a question for the right answer or for a wrong answer. At the end of the day, I'm striving that we can answer truthfully. Now, here's the thing. I'm certainly not always going to be in the right, but certainly I'm not always going to be in the wrong. And of course, I will give you, of course, the benefit of the doubt, and that is applicable to you as well. So, with that being said, I like to establish 3 golden rules for the channel that I have right here. And just to give y'all some context real quick, and hopefully I don't lose the page this time. This right here is just not no ordinary notebook. This is essentially the ledger. Now you're probably wondering, well, what makes it so significant as deemed to be the ledger? Reason being is because, and I lost the page, but I'm probably going to get back to it. Let me not lose my train of thought here. The reason why I call it the ledger is because this is going to keep the records of my train of thoughts. Trains of thought, correcting myself there, that come and go in my mind. And again, something like I said before is, if there's anything else you guys will ever know me about, let it be one of the things that you'll ever find that you know of me about. If I was saying that right, I probably not. Is if I lose my train of thought in mid sentence, or let's say when I'm really in my bag, it kills me inside. Really, really, like I'm dead. Kill me, okay? And I always try to make sure that I don't lose it time and time again, because, like I said, that shit's just gonna get ashy as fuck. So this baby right here is to help keep my thoughts in check, so that I'm not all over the place, because Lord knows I am. On a good day and on my bad days. So anyhow, let's get to these golden rules real quick. First one, we can agree to disagree, but let's not be disagreeable. Second one, let us share fair criticism and not that bullshit. Yes, shit with an E at the end. There you go. Rule 3, let us foster a mutual sense of respect for each other. For at the end of the day, you ain't gotta like me, you ain't gotta love me. But surely you can strive to have respect for me as I can strive to have respect for you. Simple enough, right? Now, with all that being said, just give y'all context of what you may come to expect of this channel and myself, is essentially we can approach a slew of things to dissect, to digest, to again strive to have a conversation and understanding, because typically speaking, the goal here is again foster a community of individuals from all across the world and beyond. You never know. Who's out there? Hello, good day to you. Um, that we can strive to have a better understanding of the things around us. And so these golden rules are to help us have a foundation of what this is built on. But another one I do want to add here real quick, y'all, is honesty. That's what I want to strive for. Honesty with myself and with you guys, in whatever capacity that manifests. So with that being said, I hopefully still have your attention here. But like I said, if you don't want to spend too much time on this video, as you probably already have, thank you for stopping by. Again, if you like the video so far, by all means, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike the video. Put in the comment section, why do you like it? Why do you dislike it? I appreciate that. And we can go from there. Now, with that being said, and the wind started picking up, and fuck my spade page is up. Let me close this. I ain't gonna close it. I'm probably gonna put like this. Put my pencil right there. So listen to my pages. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me. Should have took my ass earlier to bed last night. But that's neither here nor there. Let's not worry about that. Now, with the 5 minutes up, for everyone who's gone, I'll see you later. For people who are still here, I appreciate that. And thank you very much for still being here. So let me give y'all a little bit of backstory of myself here. I am from Mississippi, United States. I'm 26. As you can see, I am, I'm melatonin. I'm well, first of all human beings have melatonin in their skin, but I'm more of a, little bit of a, rub my hump, rub my head. See, I was trying to make a joke there, but nah, fuck it. Nah. You here for the cringe? We're gonna go for the cringe. Rub my hands together like Birdman. They look at my lips. That's just the light skinned melatonin individual that I am. Not I am, but joking manner. Anyhow, and yes, you will suffer the cringe as I do. Okay, we're in this together. All right. So for those who are still sticking here, let me give you guys a little more context as to myself. And yes, I realize I just repeated myself, but we're gonna keep it going. Like I said, 26 from Mississippi, United States, African American, if you will, or like I said, caramel, if you would like. I appreciate that. And what's inspired me to essentially make the project in the first place was from essentially being the co-host to a podcast. And you probably wonder, okay, what was the podcast? The podcast was the TD podcast, A.K.A. the Technical Difficulties Podcast, which was hosted, and I said was hosted, by Mr. Techstorm, which I will put his channel in the description box below. Or in the comment section, probably in the comment section. But anyhow, we had started that up last year. Or to give y'all context, he asked me, did I want to join on him to, get it running and going? And I said, sure, why not? And we did it for several weeks. Weeks. We did it for several months. And I have to say that, we had our highs, we had our lows, but we were definitely growing in terms of not just viewership, but also is not just even subscribers, but just in our personal lives, understanding how certain things worked, setting the goals for ourselves, improving the podcast and trying out different forms of content besides being centered around like video games and tech. And I definitely say that we were doing better than maybe some people would have anticipated. But unfortunately, certain things, in the background occur to where unfortunately, things like that unfortunately have to be put on hold. And so because of that, and here's the thing, he's still, putting content on his channel, which I'm glad he is. And like I said, check him out if you want to. He also does Twitch as well. And I might go so far as to put his social down there as well. You want to check him out on Twitter. Oh, and I put my Twitter down there too. If you want to reach on, if you want to reach me there for that reason. Excuse me. Oh, and just so y'all know this too, the golden rules that I had told y'all before, just to make sure you guys understand, that also applies to any other social media out there. So don't think I'm just saying on YouTube they apply there. I'm talking about any social media, or first of all, not even social media, just in general. That should be applied to everything for the most part. Now I realize I probably should have said that in the beginning, but fuck it. We're here now. But like I said, seeing him, put out, his own stuff continuously on his grind, it definitely inspired me to say, Nelson, you've been putting this off for a while. Get on to it. And like I said, we're here now. But speaking of the rules, there's an additional rule that came to mind as I was writing my notes down that I do want to share with you guys real quick. As a little bonus for some of y'all. Waving at my neighbor here. Passing along. I was on my porch, so we're outside. And I'm going to tell you why we're outside, because that plays an important factor into that as I draw my pencil. But let's move on to that additional rule, the +1 rule, if you will. Let us be objective first and subjective second. Parentheses, at least, at the best of times, in parentheses. Now, the reason why I wanted to add this one, but I didn't make it part of the 3 golden rules, is because 3 golden rules just sounds good. Like the 4 golden rules, I don't know, it doesn't have the same ring to it. But I thought to myself, the +1 sounds nice to it. And excuse the noise, come from brushing up on the mic. Anyhow, the reason why I added this particular rule to it is because, again, something I said in my first recording, that too many times, I think at this point in human interaction, let me say that, in human interaction, we don't strive to find balance within in anything, to be honest, but in this context, communication. Because here's the thing, everyone's perception of reality that we exist in is always going to be different, right? That's a given. But the way we perceive things can be divided into 2, being objective and being subjective. And the thing is this, you are fortunate to have both of these things. So I asked myself, why not utilize them in equal terms? But unfortunately, looking at just unfortunately how social media, and not even outside of social media, these things have manifested. So I said to myself, well, again, let me be an example onto you guys, and you can be an example onto me. And in one way, we can all strive to be a little bit more objective, but let's not throw away our subjective viewpoint, because again, that plays a huge factor in who we are. That I would say helps us make our sense of individualism, if I'm saying that right, more impactful within our own lives and others. Because if everyone's perception of everything was the same and no one was different, then again, it's like, that'd be bland as fuck. Let's be honest, it'd be bland as hell. Shit, I wouldn't live like that. Personally, I wouldn't. Now, it might make it to where we have more opportunities for peace, wouldn't have not many conflicts and what have you, sure. But again, when you want to strive for change, conflict is always going to be in hand. Like, for instance, you're not always going to have, and when I say conflict, I'm not talking necessarily about, people dying and, getting shot or stabbed up. That's not the context of what I mean by conflict. Conflict is essentially, okay, for people who ever played Skyrim, or more so the Elder Scrolls series, there's a particular entity within the series, in the lore, one of the Daedric princes, that essentially embodies destruction, but embodies change. So the thing is this: if you want things to change in your environment, if you want change in certain spheres of society, you can't be afraid to fight. You can't be afraid to essentially say you have to start over, knock the whole thing down, and start from the base. And so there has to be a bit of deconstruction. So here's the thing: let's be objective first about what we're discussing first, so that we have a firm understanding, a firm foundation of the subject we're covering. And then, second, we can then introduce our secondary perception, our subjective perception. Because again, you might see something that maybe I just don't see. Maybe I see something that you don't see. And you never know how that may manifest to our benefits, our mutual benefits at that. Now, with all that being said, and okay, I'm doing better on time this time, about 16 minutes. So anyhow, with all that being said, I won't hold you guys up for too long. Because like I said before, I want us to have such a mutual respect for each other. So with that being said, I respect your time as I would like you to respect my time. And so with that being said, just give y'all a little context of what you may expect going in the future of this channel. Like I said, I do want to get us in those comment sections. I want us to have these conversations. But of course, let's take it easy. You know, we're in the talking stages right now. Let's talk. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's, feel each other out. See where this leads. So with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, like the video. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Tell me why in the comment section. Don't be afraid. Don't hold your thoughts. Okay? But with all that being said, thank you very much for checking out this video. I appreciate it. And just give you a little snippet of what the next video is going to entail after I put this one over is I'm going to start working on the next video, which is going to be titled A Small Task, or excuse me, not small task, a simple task goes a long way. Stay tuned for that one. Because I think a lot of y'all can definitely benefit from that one. And of course, me. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, that one, I know my back and my legs is going to kick my ass after I finish that video. But anyhow, all that being said, thank you very much for checking this out. And I'll see y'all later. Peace. And if y'all know what this is, shout outs to you. If you know that from, what's that man's name? If y'all know where that's from Daylight. If y'all know Daylight, good on you. Before I forget, there's one thing I do want to say real quick. If this be the first, and let's say this be the last time you ever may see me, I do want to share this with y'all. Words of wisdom and encouragement. The next time you look in the mirror, I want you to get right close up to the mirror. If you got glasses, take your glasses off for a second, right? Go straight to the mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. Look into the crevices of your soul. And I want you to say to yourself, somebody loves you. And it's me. Because y'all, when I tell you this, because this is a lesson I learned a long time ago in my life, that of course, it's great to have family. It's great to have friends. It's great to have your co-workers. It's great to have your neighbors. But at the end of the day, the only person who you can rely on 24/7 is you. Within the physical world, for the most part. And so the thing is this. When it comes to love, the concept of love, you need to be the greatest example of love for yourself. Love yourself first, and you should be the last person to love you. Be the first person and be the last person. Everyone else in the middle, great. But let you be the first one who loves you for who you are. Be truthful about who you are. If you don't love yourself, you don't like the stages, or not stages, If you don't like how you carry yourself right now, if you can't love that version of yourself, work towards a better version of yourself that you can love. Or be honest or be respectful towards. Right? But anyhow, that's what I did want. And on that point, thanks for checking the video again. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Peace, y'all.